Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. We are going to be focusing today on the January product Roundup. So I have a ton of products in front of me that I just want to talk about. I've been using these products all month. Some of them are new, most of them are new to me, not necessarily new releases in the month, but they're new to me, and I have finally put together my thoughts on all of them and I wanted to share with you. So let's go ahead and get started. The very first one is, this is actually a new product that came out in January. This is the Urban Decay Stay Naked Hydromanic Tinted Glow Hydrator. So not a tinted moisturizer, this is actually more like a foundation. This is actually a very interesting product. It reminds me a lot of, I don't know if anyone remembers this, but Estee Lauder had a version of their Double Wear, their super famous Double Wear foundation, but it was called Double Wear Light. They discontinued it like several years ago, which I was very upset about. But it reminds me a lot of that product and how it applies. It goes on relatively like gel-like almost, and I'll just squeeze a little bit on the back of my hand so I can talk about it. And you have to work relatively quickly. For like it being a hydrating product, I feel like it dries down quickly. So if you're using it with a brush, I would recommend applying one cheek first and blending that out, and then the next cheek and blending that out, and then your forehead and chin. Because it just, if you apply it straight onto your face, it kind of just dries to the point where you can't really move it around and blend it into your skin. But if you do that, if you apply it that way with you know, like a nice primer underneath, like one of your favorite foundation primers, then it does look really, really nice. It looks very hydrating, like your skin just has like this natural glow to it. But then the problem comes like several hours later. So this is actually supposed to be a long wear. Like they marketed it as a long wear tinted hydrator infused with kombucha filtrate and marula oil. But the thing is, so they say that it stays on for like 24 hours. I would say the wear time on this is about 8 to 10 maximum. I don't think that you can get much more out of it really. And that's even when I tried it a bunch of different ways. I tried it with different primers. I tried it with mattifying primers, hydrating primers. I tried it with setting powders. I tried it with setting sprays. And it just, no matter what I did, no matter what variation I did, it basically started breaking down around the 8-hour mark, and not in like a pretty, oh, like your makeup is nicely melting off your face. Like it was patchy by the end of the day. So this I would rank probably like, I don't know, like a B- in my opinion. I just don't think that I'm gonna finish it because I hate wasting product, but I don't think it's something that I will repurchase. So anyway. Moving on to the next product. So I have 3 of these colors because they were so good. I bought one and then I went back and bought even more. So this is the Ciate London Dewy Blush Glossy Cheek Tint. I love these. I'm actually going to feature these in next week's video. I'm going to do a tutorial on just basically like all cream and liquid products, and I definitely want to use this. My favorite thing about this is that as you put it on and blend it into your skin, it just melts into your skin in a way that looks very, very natural. It's not too, when you first put it on, you kind of freak out because it's really pigmented, but as you blend it in, it just diffuses into like this soft, amazing flush of color on your cheeks. And my favorite part of this actually too is that you can use it on your bare skin. So let's say you just, you're in a rush to get out the door, but you feel like you're looking a little peaky. You can add one of these colors, and like I would recommend the color Coconut because it's just the most neutral, to just give yourself this beautiful sheen, a little touch of color, and then plus like just you look nice and fresh and hydrated. So A+ on these products. I really, really like them. I started out with the color Coconut, and then I went back and purchased a watermelon and papaya. So awesome products here. I also wanted to talk about Dominique Cosmetics Skin Glow really quick, or Skin Gloss, sorry, and the color is in Golden Dew. I really love this product. I have been using this as just a nice layer of hydration. I've been using this as my cream highlight, and it's just been working really, really well. The texture of it is very, very glossy. It goes on super smooth, and it's just really, really pretty. The next product I want to mention as well is, it's kind of in like the same category, but instead of like a gel, it's more of a liquid highlight. And so this is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, and I have the color 3 light medium. This is an amazing product. If you have not tried this before, I highly recommend it. It's multi-purpose. You can use it like a bunch of different ways. My favorite is actually applying it underneath my foundation, and then I go back after my foundation is on and add it to the high points of my face to just give myself like a very, very ethereal glow. This is just, it's absolutely beautiful. I highly recommend it. She actually just recently extended her shade range as well, so if you're looking for more shades that are compatible to your skin tone, I think you'll be able to find it now. I think she also released this in mini versions as well, because, you know, we're not necessarily traveling right now, but if you do travel, I would definitely recommend picking up like the mini version of it. So the next product is Physicians Formula's Organic Wear Sculpting Bronzer with jojoba oil and their Dewy highlighter also with jojoba oil. I have been using these two stick products pretty much every single time I want to do a cream product application day, like just using cream products. So the thing about the highlight though is the color that I picked up, and I think based on what I looked at on Ulta's website, they really only have one color. This is actually quite deep. So if you decide to pick up a product like this, and you know, obviously you can't test things at the drugstore and you can't test things when you're purchasing online. So when I picked this up and I swatched it on the back of my hand, I immediately knew that's not going to work on my skin as a highlight. Like I can't use that to emphasize like my cheekbones. This is just, it's going to look kind of funny because it's just got a little bit of a darker cast to it. But what I do use it for is I actually use it as a blush. And it works really, really well because once you diffuse it out, there's just a tiny, tiny little bit of like a peachiness that stays behind on your skin, and it just looks super glowy, super healthy, really just really, really nice. And then for their bronzer, it goes on pretty pigmented, but it's nice because it evenly just distributes on your skin once you blend it out, and you can really kind of manipulate it exactly where you need to do, or where you need to place product. And keeping on with the Physicians Formula train, apparently I've been testing out like a lot of their products this month. This is their brand new matte bronzer. This is the Matte Monoi Butter Bronzer. And I think it's meant to be like the matte sibling of their very, very famous butter bronzer. I am a huge fan of this product. I think it works beautifully, which kind of made this one difficult to keep up with, if that makes sense. First off, the smell of this is, it's so overwhelming to the point where like I'm not gonna lie, I love fragranced products. I think they're really, really fun. It's nice for me in the morning when I'm putting on my makeup to be like, this smells really, really good. If you like floral scents, I think you will really enjoy the scent of this. But if you do not go toward that like florally, buttery scent, and you prefer just like butter scents, I would just go with the butter bronzer. But regardless of the scent, the product itself, I actually think it blends onto the skin beautifully. For me, somehow or another, during the day as I wore it, I noticed that it kind of shifted like really, really intensely like orange on my skin. So somehow this product itself, and I've noticed that it happens sometimes with matte bronzers, but for this one, for some reason, it just kind of, it shifted weird throughout the day. So I actually don't know if I'm going to continue using this product, which is a huge bummer because it actually smooths out on the skin really, really well. When I swatch this out on the back of my hand, you can actually see that it's got that like orange undertone to it, which is really, really strange because the original butter bronzer, and this is in the shade just bronzer, like so their original one, when I swatched this on the back of my hand, you can kind of see, oh, it's actually not really showing up too well, but you can kind of just see that there's a huge difference in tone. So just be aware of that if you decide to go and pick up the matte version. Just be aware that, you know, it's not going to give you that same color. So I'll leave it up to you, the viewer, to decide if that's like what you want, because some people will, because I bet this would actually look beautiful if you were, you know, either a little bit more tan, or if you're looking for something that just leans a little bit more orange, which, you know, that does work. When I have a tan, I think this will work really, really well, but it just depends kind of on what you're looking for in terms of bronzers. The next product I want to go through is the Lauren Conrad Lip and Cheek Tint in the color Plum. For those of you that don't know, Lauren Conrad is like the OG influencer. She was on Laguna Beach and the Hills, I think, and now she has like her own clothing brand at Kohl's, and then she expanded into makeup and skincare. And I have to say she did a phenomenal job with this product. So you can see that it looks really intimidating, like it looks dark, but when you swatch it out on the back of your hand and kind of diffuse it, it just becomes this really pretty, it's still a little bit darker toned, but it just blends into your skin and gives you this gorgeous, gorgeous flush that, especially during the winter months, if you're looking for something like this, I think would be absolutely beautiful. So I think, you know, in the summer months, I usually tend to reach for something that's more along the lines of like Papaya, where it's just a little bit brighter, a little bit sunnier. But in the winter months, I do reach for a little bit of a darker product, and I think this has just been absolutely wonderful. And of course, it's a multi-purpose product, so I do appreciate a monochromatic look, and so I will use this on my cheeks as kind of like my blush, and then I'll just take this and tap it onto my lips for that monochromatic look. So really great product. The next product that I wanted to talk about is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Palette. So this also came out in January. This is their 10-pan shadow palette, and when I took off the label, I took off what the color is, but I will look that up and put it in the description box below. This is actually pretty good. I would say that most of the colors blended out really, really well. Very, very pigmented. I love that they have a row of more of that, like the taupey shades, and then they have a row of more of like the bronze shades, plus this amazing forest green. I'm a huge, huge fan. It's like one of my favorite colors, honestly. And the formula of this matte shade is awesome. It blends out beautifully. It's easy to pack on that pigment if that's what you're looking for. Really, really good. The questionable shades in here are the two pseudo like glittery topper shades. They're just hard to pick up. I tried it with my finger, I tried it with a dry brush, I tried it with a wet brush, and tried to go in and grab this color, and it picks up on the back of your hand, like you can see that in the video, but when you go and try to place it on your eye, nothing comes off. And the issue with these sort of topper shades is that you can't really, what's the right way to say this? But you can't really drag your finger or your brush across it because it's meant to layer on top of another color. So if you drag it, then you're moving everything underneath. So I tried to add it and like onto my eye, and I tried it so many different ways, and I just couldn't quite get it to apply. I haven't had a drugstore palette be able to do this sort of a formula well. I have yet to pick up any eyeshadow palettes that does that eyeshadow topper, and in a way that makes it easy to take out of to pull out of the pan and apply it to your eye. Literally, I think the only eyeshadow palette I have used, and it's not drugstore, that has perfected this is the Huda Beauty formula. They have a formula that's very similar to this in some of their palettes, and those are the only ones where I feel like they achieved what they were looking for. So most of the colors in this palette are really, really great for the price point. I don't think you can go wrong. It's just that be aware that these two shades are just a little bit questionable. The mascara that I wanted to talk about today, this is the brand new Lancome Lash Idole. A+ on packaging. I absolutely love that it's like a square, and I love that they have the embossed Lancome logo on the top here. But that's kind of where the party stops. So if you open this, it's got that curved brush to it, which, you know, is pretty nice, and it's got the bristles that are the like more plastic bristles, so they're a bit stiffer. If you like a mascara that is more on the clumpy side, I think this could work well for you. However, they marketed this product as like more of a lifted, feathery look, and that is not what you get with this. Every single time I use this, even if it was alone or over a mascara primer, I always had to go back with a lash comb and kind of just comb it out because I felt like it was just clumping together, and it wasn't really the look that I necessarily wanted to go for or that I want my mascaras to do. The only thing I will say though is that removing this product is a dream. If you take some eye makeup remover on a cotton pad and then just push it to your eye and hold it there for like 15 seconds or so, this product comes off immediately. It's one of the things that I do enjoy about it, but just from like a everyday use or just what I would expect from a mascara that's marketed as feathery, it just didn't really come up to like my standards. It was just not great. The next product we have is the Too Faced Peach Bloom Lip Balm. I was very excited when Too Faced released this because they actually discontinued their Peaches and Cream collection, which is currently exclusively at Sephora, or I guess no longer available since they discontinued it, or they are in the process of discontinuing it. So when they released this, I was really hopeful that they would continue like the peach trend and maybe just open it up to more retailers. So I picked this up. This is in the color Lilac Nude, and it's a color blossoming lip balm. So what it's meant to do is it's meant to interact with your body's chemistry, and then it delivers like your own shade, I guess, if that makes sense. So when you first swatch it on the back of your hand, it comes out relatively clear. Like, it doesn't look like there's anything really on there. And this is the part where I have to make a confession. I think I have weird body chemistry because the product literally turns this like Barbie pink shade. And it is so weird because that's really just not like the look that I was going for, because obviously when you select the color Lilac Nude, you're going for more of a nude lip and not like Barbie pink. But it kind of bums me out because as a lip balm, this works really well. It smooths onto your skin beautifully. It has a really nice light peach scent. Like, it's really nice, and it's super cute because it even has like the heart in the middle of it, and I just think that that's adorable. Lip balm purposes, great. Color, there's got to be something wrong with me. Like, I don't know that I want to blame it on the product. I think I have to blame it on myself because I don't think that everyone's experiences are going to be the same, right? It really just depends on whatever your body chemistry is. So what I've done with this product is I actually will line my lips with a very nude lip liner and then layer this over, and then that effect is quite beautiful. But for a lip balm, I feel like that's a little bit too much work. So kind of questionable on this product. And then after that, I have two setting sprays to go over. This is the Benefit the Professional Super Setter Spray. This is a lightweight microfine mist, and it's supposed to hold your makeup on, I believe. I think they market it for like 24 hours as well. But it's supposed to help lock on makeup, soften the look of pores, and feels weightless. And they did truly achieve that. So if you look at this, the spray, I'm gonna try this and see if you can. It's so lightweight. It's absolutely beautiful. Like, it's nice to spray on. I think it does a good job of maintaining your makeup, so definitely recommend this. And it has like a really clean scent to it. Like, not cleaning product clean, but like just like a fresh, nice scent to it. So I really like it. The next setting spray, this is the Ciate Everyday Vacay setting spray. So this has coconut in it. So if you don't like the smell of coconuts, I would not recommend getting this. But this is more of an illuminating spray. So if you are looking for something that's going to give you that like gorgeous, glowy, my makeup is nicely set on my face but also very luminous, this is the setting spray that I would definitely recommend. The spritzer is also pretty good, but it's a little bit more aggressive. Like, it's not that like super fine mist. When you spray it, like, you can really, I mean, you can see it. Like, you can see the droplets. So it's a little bit more aggressive, but you can really just, I mean, hold the bottle further from your face when you're spraying, and I think you'll kind of mitigate that. So I don't write it off just because the spritzer isn't as light and fine as the Benefit one. And my very last product that I want to go over is actually a hair product. So this is 11 Australia's Keep My Color Blonde shampoo. And this is actually a brand new bottle because I already finished one. This is amazing. If you have colored hair, or even if you're just blonde, I highly recommend this if you want to keep your hair more on like the cool tone side, so that like the warm tones don't necessarily come through. The way that you use this is you can just use it as like a regular shampoo, but what I do is I will this is gonna sound really funny, but I'll shampoo my hair and then I'll just scrub, and then I'll leave it in my hair for about 5 minutes, and I just find that it pulls all of the warmth out of my hair, and so it kind of keeps me going between all of my hair appointments. And especially now when COVID is a thing, if you're worried about going out to the salon, this is definitely a really great product to just keep in your shower, because it'll help you extend the time between your salon appointments. So really, really great product. And that's pretty much it. I feel like I went through so many different products, but January was a really fun month to try everything. I can't believe that today is actually the last day of January. Like, where did the time go? But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. I'm always lurking there, so I definitely will get to it. And yeah, thank you for joining me on this video today. If you enjoyed it or liked it or want to, feel free to subscribe to our channel. So yeah, thank you. Bye. Actually, even in this swatch, you can kind of see. Did I say squatch?
Sasquatch.
It's Sasquatch. So, is that Obi?
He's trapped.
Oh no, he's trapped. Obi, come here. Oh, Obi, come. Oh, okay, alright, you can stay there. Are you still filming?
Oh, my arms.